Hey guys, welcome back to the YKB, Why Keep the Box Collecting, where we immediately destroy the value of our figures and free them for their plastic and cardboard prisons. I got you something nice today. It is the A.I.M 2 pack, Crossbones and Madame Masque. I thought this 2-pack was cool, so let's take it to the table and see if it's worth staying in my collection. Alright, so I have this 2-pack over here, and the first thing I gotta say is Amazon's annoying. I don't know if you can see this, but right here they literally shipped it with just a shipping label right there on top. This box is ultimately destroyed because people were being lazy. But here at the YKB, we don't care about boxes, so that's not too important. But it still is a little bit annoying when, your package is all banged up because they didn't feel like sticking it in a box. For the most part, I've said it 101 times. I love this new box, the square box. It just looks better. I'm happy that they went back to the cardboard free or the plastic free. They got rid of that because that was terrible. And they brought the windows back because it's nice to be able to see your figure. Now, I'm really liking what they did over here. Almost all of this is just comic book art. Makes it look nice, make the figure look good. It's what you want. Box looks good, and if I kept boxes, definitely would keep these. But because I don't, because it's the YKB, I'm gonna get rid of it. So, let's free them from their prison. I gotta say, these pictures, drawings, are really amazing. There's them in the plastic. Alright, there's Crossbones and Madame Masque. Looking absolutely amazing. Let's get a little bit closer. Now, for the most part, absolutely love these colors. I really wasn't too concerned about the mistake when they initially brought them out because when they initially showed them, because I thought it was pretty cool at the chest, but I'm not too familiar with Madame Masque. Anyway, to complain about a miscoloration. I just thought it was a cool character, and this is going on my G.I. Joe shelf. So, these guys look amazing. They really do. For the most part, Madame Masque looks like almost all, Black Widow body mold, the new female body mold they've been using, minus the ab crunch. So, we've seen it 100 times. It works. It looks good. Crossbone looks like a mixture of Luke Cage. I think there's some maggot in there for those feet, but those boots look brand new. I do not know where they're from. Let me know in the comments if you do. I'm not sure if his mask is new either. I know that vest is new for sure. That's the first time I've seen that vest. But that face, I'm not positive. It might be new, it might not be new. All I can say is, it looks good. They both do. I haven't even got too far before I'm like, they look good. Enough said, let's look at their accessories. Alright, first up, we got a pistol. Nothing new. I think that came from the Shield 3-pack. Similar to this guy. And this one. Speaking about it, I think this pistol and this one came as well. But they've used this one and that one 101 times. Those aren't new. This is super gummy. Standard Hasbro stuff. Nope, I take that back. Standard Marvel Legend stuff. G.I. Joe Classified fixed their gummy weapons. Here is the knife that we've seen for, I don't know, 100 years. They were using this with the Bucky Cat mold. But it's good, so, don't waste a good mold. As I'm looking at these guys are old too. Here is some more smoke effects. It comes with 2 of them. And blast effects. We saw that from the Shield 3 pack as well. This A.I.M suitcase, which is basically the same as, I think we've seen it plenty of time. Also comes with money, which is the same as the Daredevil villain Stairs Man, Elevator Man. I don't know, have him in the corner. He came with one, and so did Hydra. Hydra Bob had the Hydra suitcase. So the blow up effect, I think the first time we saw this was that the 2-pack Bushmaster and is it Bushmaster? I don't know, but it's the Punisher 2-pack that recently released. Another Madame Masque head. It's good. I like when we get extra heads. Standard female trigger fingers. And the Crossbones trigger fingers. These look pretty good. So this pack comes with more than enough accessories. Alright, let's start with Crossbones first. Take one of these hands off. Put a hand on. There is him with his rifle. Super gummy. Just look at how that bends. But it fits him fine. Still feel like he's a little bit too big for it. Here's that pistol. Looks fine. We know what it looks like if you got that 3-pack. I suggest if you haven't, you should pick it up. It's an amazing 3-pack. There's another one. Here you go. There's a blast effect. We can stick that in there. But this is gummy too. I'm really not liking these gummy weapons. Just absolutely terrible. There's his fist. Here's his knife. Just looks amazing. This knife has really stood the test of time for Marvel Legends. Here is smoke effect. That's fine. Suitcase in his arm, aiming all the way. Don't know why he comes with explode effect where he does not have a grenade or anything else. Just weird. I forgot to add, he has a holster. So, that's that. Here's Madame Masque. Stick her hand on there. And we've seen this 100 times because they've been using this weapon 100 times. But there you go. I don't have a place for her to hold this weapons, but you know, I'd rather this be removable and we just have this, just because that would be much cooler to, you know, show the character putting it on. But you know, it's Hasbro. And here's her with the suitcase. Doesn't really seem to hold that well, but she can hold it. And might as well check. She can hold the rifle too. Does it look good? Nope. But she can hold it. And here's her other face sculpt. Which, am I loving? I don't know. It really doesn't. I'm really not sure which head I like better. I like this hair, but I like the plain face. I don't know. This might win just because the hair is straight down. but I think the gold face looks cooler. So that's them with their accessories. Alright, so we'll start off with Crossbones first. Let's do some articulation. It's a T-pose, which works pretty easily. This is basically the Luke Cage body, so it should work amazingly because that's an amazing body mold. Bends with no problem. There's a butterfly in there. I'm loving that Hasbro's going back to having vests. It might hinder articulation a little bit, but you know, these characters. Ooh, ball joint for the head. That is amazing. That is surprising. I don't know why I was so surprised with the head sculpt. As I said, this is Luke Cage, and he had that, so, you know. Cannot do a split. His leg can kick up that high. Double jointed, can't kick his butt. Thigh swivel. These legs are gummy, just like the maggot ones. Standard ankle rocker. These boots, though, these boots are pretty cool. I'm not familiar with them. They do not look like reused, but I could be wrong. So take with a grain of salt. That spins. He has a crunch that's hidden. So you kind of can't crunch because of his vest. But, you know, it crunches back fine. It's the Luke Cage body mold. So he gets decent range. But this crossbone itself looks absolutely amazing. Really does. Bought this 2-pack just because of him. Because I have tons of crossbones and I'm happy to have him in the collection. Alright, Madame Masque over here. The head, standard female head, so you can't get a whole bunch of range. She could look far that much. She could look up that far. So she could do a T-pose. Bicep swivel. Amazingly. Arms. Double jointed. Amazing. This really is a good body mold. I think this body mold is brand new except for this top bit. I think that's reused from somewhere. Cannot remember. Probably either Black Widow of some sort. Waist. Moves around like that. It's fine. Cannot do a split. Can kick up that high. Thigh swivel. Leg. No boot swivel, but standard ankle rocker. You know, it's a good body mold. There's the T-pose. Her neck might be a little bit too long, though. Looks a little giraffe-y. But besides that, it's good. Whatchamacallit. Double jointed. Can kick her butt if you push it. So, for the most part, I got both of them standing here. And since they're working for A.I.M, why not bring out some A.I.M figures? Just see how they compare to these two good ones. Here you go. There's Modoc. You can see how it compares. You kind of can't get a fair comparison just because he's in his folding chair, which he's never gonna leave. So, it is what it is. Here's them with some A.I.M random soldiers. I believe this was the individual one, or it was the 2-pack. I can't remember, but there they are. In comparison, you can usually find them for pretty dirt cheap on Amazon. Really, they try to give these things away most of the time of year. Here's some more A.I.M, but these were the 2-packs. Like the ones before, you can find these on Amazon for pretty cheap. I think they go for around like 20 something bucks. The low 20s. Amazon tends to try to give them away, but you know, they look good with them. Like with the other ones, Here's some more AIM soldiers. And like with the other ones, they try to give them away. I think these are the individual ones from the Wendigo wave. Not the Wendigo wave. They use the Wendigo body. It is the it's the super villain wave. Whatever that white alien weird thing was. Can't remember. I have it up in the screen in the corner. But yeah, you can get these things for dirt cheap. You can really army build this AIM pack. So I forgot this before. I'll bring it in now. This Madame Masque is almost 1-for-1 copy of a shield agent. Even the belt. Thought it was Black Widow. I was wrong. It was a shield agent. 100%. You can see the zipper, the belt. These are just a floating piece that they removed. But even the hands, just a head swap. And that makes sense why the neck is so long. So, there you go. I've been saying it all video long. There you go. There's Luke Cage. You can see that the tops all match. Identical. And the bottom bit, minus the boots, are maggot. These are just a floating piece on top of this. So, you can just look at the pants and see that they're the exact same. But that's probably why this, just holding it in hand, and it feels like an amazing figure. This Crossbones. Speaking about this Crossbones, let's bring out some more. Let's compare them with the other ones. Alright, so here's all the Crossbones. This one was, I don't know, that one's old. Marvel Legends, shoot, 2010s, somewhere around those. I can't remember. This Crossbones, I believe, is a knockoff from the Thunderbolt wave. I believe it's a knockoff. I can't remember. And this was the Crimson Dynamo wave, I believe. You can just... I got rid of all my MCU figures, so I don't have the Crossbones that, you know, that came from that. Looks good. Alright, let's see how tall these people are. Madame is about 6 inches. And from side to side, she's about 1 and... what is that? I'm gonna call that 1.5, just to be safe. Crossbones. He is... call that... I'm just gonna call it 7 inches. And from side to side, he's about... just shy of 3 inches. So, these some big people. You know, they're going to be bigger than your standard female by a little bit. And bigger than your standard Marvel Legend male. So, you know, make it work. Now that we got that out the way, let's go see how they scale with other figures from other lines. First up, McFarlane Spawn. Bigger than most. There's NECA Turtle. There's SH Figuarts Naruto. G.I. Joe Classified Series. And as you can see, Madame Masque and Stalker is about the same height. Darth Maul. AIM's #1 enemy. Iron Man, Marvel Legends. Loyal Subjects, Aang. For the most part, their heights look good with each other. And with everyone else. They're a little bit bigger than most, but they'll fit in Marvel Legends. And they even will fit with G.I. Joe Classified Series. So what else can I say about these two figures? Other than I like them. I really do. They're both great body molds. I would say some of Marvel Legends' best. You know, the Shield women, amazing body molds. They really do need that diaphragm joint just for a little bit more articulation, but great body mold. The Luke Cage body mold, amazing. I also like how they use the maggot legs just to change it up and not put them in jeans. I love these boots. They just made reuse out of the wazoo, but good and great reuse. So for more reviews like this, come to the YKB. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Really am happy that I picked up these figures.